Welcome to the South County Family Justice Center, a warm and welcoming place for families.
Hi, I'm Bradford. Nice to meet you.
What do you do here?
I am a project assistant, so that basically means I'll be answering the phones. I assist people, so when people, partner organizations, navigators are coming and they need a space to work. Mm-hmm. If there's no cubicles, then I'll just say, hey, there's a room open here. You can take that room for the day, and so. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And how about you? What's your name?
I'm Lisbeth, and I'm just a volunteer, so anything that they need help with, I'm here too.
Well, volunteers are always helpful.
Thank you.
Always needed.
Of the Contra, Costa, and Solano Family Justice Centers. So you may forget everything that we say today, but there are some things that I want you to remember, right? 5 things first, 5 hands. So Family Justice Center is a one-stop center for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, elder abuse, and human trafficking. 5 types of violence, right? Yes. And then there are 5 centers starting today. The one we first started in Richmond, West Center, Concord, number 2, Antioch, number 3, and we went to Fairfield, number 4. And when we went to Fairfield, Candace cornered me. I remember it was October 2023, and said, Susan, you opened the 4th one in Fairfield. What are you doing about South County? So I said, no, Candace, no. People can drive. They could drive to Concord. But here we are. Number 5. And this is my last Family Justice Center, you all.
Thank you all for being here. And again, this could not happen without Susan and her amazing vision, and Natalie Oleas and the entire team that has been so supportive. And when we started talking in January, I never imagined that within 12 months we would have this center up and running. And it's through the support of a lot of people, a lot of elected officials, both from the city of San Ramon, the town of Danville, my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors. And I'm going to introduce you to a few people. Ken Carlson on the board with me, and just delighted that he's, as many of you know, a former police officer in Concord and served when he was a city council member on the Family Justice Center board. So he was all in. Diane Burgess, who also serves on the Family Justice Center, is not here today, but she had to be up in Sacramento. But we have here, and I'm just going to read through it, from Orinda, our incoming mayor, Latika. We are so delighted to have her here. From Morocco, we had Teresa Onoda here previously, and we've got Steve Wilkie still here. Thank you for still being here. And we have, going down my list, Renee Morgan, new mayor of Danville. Newell Unrich, and I'm just going to say, when you look around here and see some of the tenant improvements, it was because Newell very graciously gave of his time, of his talents, to draw up some plans very, very quickly, walk them through the town of Danville. Just amazing. And he's been a supporter of this since the moment I said to him, hey, Newell, how about a Family Justice Center down here? And huge support. Denton Carlson, who is the police chief of San Ramon, who was willing to give me for free part of his police department assistant for free. He didn't quite fit in there, but I really appreciate him being willing to do that. Lisa Blackwell, former council member of the town of Danville. Mark Armstrong, mayor of San Ramon. Mark Bellett's newest member of the Danville Town Council. Kevin Wilk, mayor of Walnut Creek, also a member of the Family Justice Center board. Matt Stevie, who serves in San Ramon Valley Fire Protection Districts. We had previously Senator Grayson was here. Tim spent probably an hour, 45 minutes here. And today we are presenting you with a resolution recognizing the Family Justice Center, But this is something that, as Susan indicated, I've wanted for a long, long time in this end of the county. As we all know, interpersonal violence does not know socioeconomic boundaries. It does not know definitions of race, national origin, any of that. My first real experience of learning how serious it was when I came home from college. I grew up in Hawaii, and I came home from college, and my mother said, "Did you hear about Barbara Moore, the little girl who is a year older than me, who I used to play with down the street, who in her final year at University of Hawaii was murdered by her boyfriend when she told him she no longer wanted to be with him." It hit me that we as a society need to intervene much, much earlier. We need to provide safe spaces for men and women who need help at their most vulnerable times without judgment, and more importantly, in a way that they can have trust. And as I've watched the changes we've had in the south end of Contra Costa County, in both the Orinda, San Ramon Valley, where we have many, many first generation people from new countries who aren't familiar with our laws, of their rights. We see more and more calls for service from both of our police departments, and the need is there, and I'm very excited of what we've been able to do here, bringing in navigators who speak multiple languages, the 75 plus providers that link up with our family justice centers that will serve whomever is in need. And so with this, I'm presenting a resolution recognizing the Family Justice Center to Susan, but my deep, deep gratitude for what all of you here are doing for the people most in need. Thank you.
We did it, Candace, together.
We did it together.
So, and also with all of you. So I want to introduce you to Dana Fielkowski here, and she could introduce herself probably better, but there's a really reason why she's here in front of all of you to share her story. Dana.
I am the outgoing board chair of Family Justice Centers. I started on the board when it first formed, so I've been with the board for 8 years. And I started with the board because I saw the need for a South County Family Justice Center. At that time, I was the domestic violence unit supervisor at the district attorney's office. And I could see firsthand how there were different barriers in South County. When you hear that somebody has education and affluence, that isn't a reason for them not to need services and support. It's just a different kind of barrier. We were hearing things like, I can't leave because he will send the children back to our country of origin. I can't leave because his family controls our children, without the understanding that legally that can't happen. I can't leave because I've never worked outside the home and I don't have the ability to support my kids if I leave. I can't leave because, and on and on and on. Susan made herself the advocate on one case that I kept myself, where the abuser was an FBI agent. And what he would say is, do you want to tell the boys they can kiss De La Salle goodbye? He was their coach, he was their best friend, and the oldest is the one who called the police because on that occasion he was afraid that this time Dad would go too far. Children should not grow up in families where abuse is normalized. And we had a remarkable experience with co-located partners in that case and so many other cases. I had the opportunity to start Contra Costa's Human Trafficking Task Force, which is still going strong. And we literally had our most important human trafficking case start when a woman walked into our Concord Center because she was told within her community that it was a safe place to go even though she was undocumented. And she told her story in Spanish for the first time to people who listened to her. And it was 7:30 at night when my cell phone rang. I was already in another trial. Natalie Olias, where are you? I get Natalie telling me, Dana, you have to do something, because we have those connections. The next night we had 2 little girls at the Children's Interview Center telling about how a man tried to purchase them from their mother. And that man with affluence and resources was on a plane when he was released by Walnut Creek PD because in Spanish, translated by her 11-year-old, mom couldn't explain what had happened. And he was in a foreign country which is known for sex trafficking. And that was the first case that we prosecuted. It was a co-prosecution with the United States Attorney's Office, and he was convicted of federal crimes and state crimes. And the little girls, when they spoke at sentencing, said they finally felt safe because of the federal crimes, he would be serving his time not even in their very same state. All of that happened because we have a family justice center. Imagine what's going to happen here.